dominating with your backhand is all about the perfect setup. If you stay tuned, we're going to take you through exactly what that is. In this video, we're going to talk about the unit turn. We're going to talk about how we get set up to play the shot. But before we do that, let me remind you to subscribe. It's a massive help to us. There's a button right there on the screen. Click that, subscribe, so you never miss a thing from PH Tennis. Now, this is not necessarily new information to you, but it is a reorganizing of the process. It is a sequencing change that Josh is going to take you through, and it is vital to enable you to set up more consistently, to be able to leave you with more options when you are set up, to be able to play more of the backhands that you want to play. Here's Josh to take you through the optimal setup for your two-handed backhand.
The setup for your shot is vital, and when we're looking at double-handed backhands, of course it is no different. We need to make sure we're getting in the right place as quickly as possible to generate some time to enable you to execute the type of shot that you want. And we do this by having a really efficient first step, first move and body turn. The Tennis Illuminati call it the unit turn. We call it getting to position 0, and part of that is using your first step and your hands to get out behind the ball. You need to be obsessed with getting behind the ball, your racket lined up to where the ball's going to be. The earlier you can do that, the earlier you can get in position. So if we break it down into its 3 parts, if we look at the feet, our first step is a turn back away from the ball. So as a right-hander, if I'm waiting on the baseline, as soon as it comes towards my backhand side, my left foot is going back and across to give myself space and time away from the ball. That's my first step, going back and across on the left side. At the same time, because this all happens as one, is my hands go out. It's very famous Tony Nadal saying to Rafa to push his racket away. This is the same thing. We're getting our hands stretched out. We're letting our racket pull our hands away as we try and get the strings behind the line of the ball. And we do that at the same time as that first step. So our left foot is going out and our hands are stretching away behind it too. And those two things do the third thing for you, which is to turn your body. As we turn and step and reach, suddenly we are facing perpendicular to the court, which means we can run to get behind the ball, and when we stop, when we get behind it, we are in position to execute our shot. And it is vitally important that we do this early, and we do this as soon as the ball comes, because it means we're set up, so no matter where we then end up on the court, we can execute our backhand. If we don't do this, if we move sideways, if we sidestep, if we cross over, all that ridiculous nonsense that you see, when you then get to the ball, you then have to do all this, and you become late. So we want to prepare early, get our turn, our hands and our feet working towards the ball, and that will mean when we get to the ball, we're already set up to be able to play whichever shot you choose, whether it's a drive or a rip. So Joe, do you get to 0?
Yeah.
Do you?
On my backhand, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
On my forehand, no. My forehand is a wild ride, but my backhand is watertight. So this sort of term, the unit turn, we hear a lot. And you described it slightly differently.
Yeah, I think it's very easy that if you do the traditional unit turn, you can end up turning your shoulders so much that you're then making the decision or the choice of the type of shot you're going to play too early.
Yes, and that goes for simply, rather than starting to turn early, as you described, rather than getting the racket back early, because again, that racket back early is making a sort of predetermination of what's going to come.
Yeah. Yeah, so as soon as you have your hands out and across behind the ball, when you then get behind it, you can then turn a bit more if you have time to play a shot that requires you to turn a bit more. Equally, if you're on the super defensive and you're just blocking the ball back, you don't want any turn. You just want to be stable and really solid, so you don't want to have turned. So instead of, yeah, it is a unit turn because your body and your feet and everything moves together in one go, but it isn't a unit turn in the sense of that you're getting that shoulder really turned around.
So yes, when you're there, you might decide to take the racket back a bit further, but we're going to get there and we're going to get into a position that leaves all of our options open for as long as possible.
Correct, and that is what this is about. This whole section, this whole video is about if you can get in position quickly and early, lined up behind the ball with your feet sideways and your body turned and your strings out behind the ball, you then open up a whole world of opportunity. The world is your oyster.
Yeah, and to the players that I coach, I always say do this bit as quickly as you possibly can. Take that step back, get the racket out to the side, and then if you get there and you've got loads of time, brilliant.
Yeah, but you can then use the drive.
Yeah. Don't do it at the last minute. Don't wait. Everything then becomes rushed, and that's when we get lots and lots of errors.
Yeah, so do the unit turn early, get across behind the ball, and have time to execute the shot that you wish.
As always, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, so you never miss a thing from PH Tennis.